racket, the blade itself, the weight of it. Even the slightest factor in such equipment can make a big difference on how much spin, the trajectory, the throw angle of the shot. It's quite tricky. There's so many different approved rubbers. With all the different equipment out there, you really do need to know what your opponent is using at this level of play. 24-year-old RI Myong Sun chopping. Currently world rank number 37, had a tough match earlier against Kasumi Ishikawa. Ishikawa actually settled the score, leveled the playing field in the head-to-head. Overall 3-3 now. So this matchup hasn't happened yet this tournament. The first 3 matches had all been played before. And the last 2 players from Japan were able to repeat their results. It was Kim Song-ii who broke the pattern. We got Yui Hamamoto there in the middle, Misako Wakamiya on the left. Ai Fukuhara has her own statue in the middle of Tokyo. You go anywhere in Japan, you can say, "Ai-chan shiteru? Do you know Ai-chan?" And the answer is almost always yes for pretty much anybody who's, I'd say, older than 10 years old.
First game, RI Myong Sun, level.
Jill, I see some emotion here. I see some thoughts going on. What are you thinking?
Well, I think Ito needs to get a game going sooner than she did in the last match. We're going to go for her shots. Don't let Mimi get into a rhythm. It's going to make it difficult. If she can play a hard one and then put it short. But she seems to be making the errors. Well, the Rimi's changing the spin. She can't read it. I'm not sure what's going to happen here.
I'll tell you something, the Japanese team, only 1 player played in 2014, the Tokyo Team Championships. That was Kasumi Ishikawa. Every other player on the team this year did not play 2 years ago. For such a high-level team, the number 2 seed, I mean, it's a very unusual situation to be in. So for Mima Ito, this is her first World Team Championships, a lot of pressure. Before this overall team matchup, she was handling it quite well. She was undefeated, 5-0, you said?
That's right, yes.
And it's tough when a defender's just beaten you 11-4, 11-6, and 11-7 to have to come out and play another defender with a better world ranking. Better world ranking, not just by a little. Kim Song-ii, world rank number 89, who beat Mima Ito earlier in this overall team matchup. RI Myong Sun, world rank number 37. The concept is nice if she can make it. It's just been too difficult for her to really read the spin and properly adjust.
Yeah, she's missing the float balls.
Right, the contact was just below table height. Very subtle touch.
3-7.
What did you have the toughest time with as a chopper? What did you find the most jarring to play against?
I think short pimpled players that hit the ball flat, they were more difficult to play against because you didn't have any spin to feed off.
Right.
Whereas you could change, you could float and chop heavy, where it's a bit more difficult when they're hitting flat at you as a defender.
8-4.
You were using short tips yourself, right?
I did in 76, and then I did use long pimples for a short period of time. Yes, I did. But I use the long pimples on the forehand side, not the backhand.
Wait a minute. Mind blown. Hold on. I'll ask you about that over break. That's interesting.
9-4.
Wow. We got RI Myong Sun running away. And this is tough. I mean, as the Japanese team, you're making the decision to really put a lot of responsibility on the 15-year-old who's been playing incredibly well over the past year and a half. Right now, you might start to question yourself and wonder, is it maturity? Is it mental strength? She saved game points in the German Open finals. I guess it was 2014. Oh, no, it was 2015.
11-4.
She took the Super Series, but out here,
Game 2.
so far, it's just,
RI
she
Myong.
hasn't settled into anything yet.
But then, if she, she's played in big tournaments under pressure. Okay, this is the World Championships. It's still it's a big event.
Yeah, the next level of pressure. But we'll see how she, yeah, could be a big factor. We'll see. We got a little break here for you in game 2 after this short break.
Play it. Second game.
So we're back for game 2. Jill, we were talking about the
Tulsa.
difference in pressure you were saying.
Well, I was saying that Ito has obviously played in finals before, so she knows that pressure. Obviously, you said it's the first World Championship she's played in.
Well, for teams anyway.
For team. But she's been through it, so she should be able to cope with it. She's got her team behind her. And it just happens sometimes. You don't always play to your best ability.
Absolutely. Oh, the edge, a sky lob. But honestly, Mima Ito didn't even seem like she was moving that way. Almost like she wasn't playing it to be on. Just moving a little bit. But if that comes down square on the top of the table, she's still got a difficult shot to reach from where she was standing. Watching that point reminded me, we didn't see many backhand attacks against Chopper, very difficult to do with the medium pips and the heavy rotation. But we also saw far, in my opinion, too many touch shots and not enough aggression, control from Mima Ito. Even if it's a spin shot, she just has to stay on the attack more.
3-2.
Well, I think you often find, though, with attacking players with short pimples, they will hit one, push one, hit one, push one to bring the player in, move it round the table.
3-0.
Whether she feels as though she can't read the spin, so is not able to continually topspin and topspin, and so that's why they push one, so they hope they're there ready for the next one. And then you're not getting variations of chop all the time.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good strategy in the sense that when you're attacking into the long pips, that it keeps coming back heavier and heavier. Using your spin can become overwhelming. There's an excellent use of the medium pips on the backhand side, really taking the pace off for a drop shot. But there was some excellent power on the forehand side as well to set up that ball.
Just great touch there. And she played that backhand block.
And I think the timing is right for her when she is using the soft shots. It's not the same as she was in the first match of this team matchup. There were a lot of long rallies where she would just try to leave it up on the table from too deep, but here she's playing it over the table and she's alternating, attacking, yeah, maybe every other shot. It's a better combination play, I think. Sort of what you were talking about is very effective. Bring the defender in and out.
She's had a lot of luck in this game. The edge ball.
That looked like it caught the net a second time on the way down. Yes, it did. If RI Myong Sun is able to take this match, it's going to be Kim Song-hee in the 5th spot again to be the savior for the team. Although Kasumi Ishikawa on the other side has been quite effective against choppers, very comfortable so far.
To play into the
right
into the body.
Pocket, yeah. It's going to do a little bit of translation there, loose translation. More of a guess, really. Sort of a cool moment to see Ai Fukuhara talking to Mima Ito. I mean, they're similar styles. Hips on the backhand, but also just the way they use their games. It's like talking to your future self almost. Don't make eye contact. Well, the Thundersticks don't make it clear who they're rooting for, but they're excited to be a part of it. The semifinals action has become quite dramatic.
6-5.
Strong power right there. After playing to the middle, wide out to the backhand. So much snap on that shot. You've had a chance to see both defenders play. Does it appear to you that Kim Song-hee has the more effective forehand attack and attacking game all around?
I'm not sure, actually, because I think it all depends on who they're playing against and the style of playing. And, of course, because Ito is hitting one, pushing one, it's difficult for her to get in. So here she hasn't had that opportunity, really. Great play there.
It really is.
In and out.
Yeah, I think this strategy is one of the most common and effective strategies against defenders. And the strategy we saw from Mima Ito in the first match really allowed far too much attacking from Kim Song-hee. She was just playing soft shots from the back of the table a lot, really letting her be too aggressive.
6-9.
And the quality of shots when she does play soft shots are much better. They're deeper on the table and a little lower. That one was up there. I think that one should have been RI Myong Sun's point.
The thing is, I think it puts Rimi under pressure because Ito is in, out, dropping short, long, and so she feels as though she's got to attack just to break it up. And of course, sometimes she doesn't always, you know, attack the right ball.
That's a very good point. There's a nice lead there for a bit for Mima Ito, but it's down to 1 point in the storage shelter. Finally, game points. Mima Ito with 2 of them right now. Back. She's got a game on the board and it's tied up. This match is getting interesting. It could go either way. Game 3 will take the lead for one of these 2 players right after this. As the players come back for game 3, I think this is becoming the story of how Mima Ito got her groove back. Really just honing in on the quality of shots, the rhythm that she's set up, the pattern of in and out. From the middle, that is the most difficult shot to go down the middle with it, the shortest part of the table. It's a great setup there with the serve, Jill.
Yeah, that was brave, wasn't it?
She definitely earned it. How much body she gets into that. Feet up in the air.
And that's difficult for a defender because when they're hitting it so flat, to actually chop that back, you've got to glide it up.
Yeah. You don't have the spin to work with, as you were saying from earlier. Timing didn't seem right for Ito. He seemed a little bit late, a little bit behind the ball on that. Feel like we're seeing a more confident Mima Ito?
Well, facially, you can see an expression on her face, whereas before she was like deadpanned. But here she's got a bit of oomph about her.
Yeah, almost seemed pale before. And now you're right. I do feel like there's an intentional sort of like, look at me now. Just like she's more present and ready to challenge at the table, you know? We still haven't seen too many backhand attempts for attacks for Mima Ito. Feels about 50-50. But the timing was right there. She was in near the net, saw a little bit of height on the ball, and confidently went for the backhand punch. And stayed right there. Had enough height, was in position. Again, shot selection for every match is important, and especially against a defender.
Not sure what she did there. I thought she was going to do a short push and then she was going to hit it, and I think it was a bit in between.
Yeah, we both looked at each other with the exact same expression of like, what just happened there? She's set up that third ball so many times now successfully. And the look on her face, though, it's still, I see this concern. The celebration and the fist pump was solid, but she's right in the thick of it right now. Just leading by one. I thought that one was off, the one that was popped up. And if not off, at least possibly attackable. Yeah, that's a high ball to be so sure to run around to the backhand.
I think it landed quite far on the table, though, near the white line, so I think maybe she thought it was going to go off.
Right, I think that's probably pretty likely. Tactics are right, the execution's the problem. She got her in near the table. Had a ball that seemed high enough to hit through, put the pressure on. Best point we've seen yet. Ito really struggling there. I mean, she made several great shots in that rally. The fast feet. RI Myong Sun.
How did she get that ball then? That was really wide out there. She had to really stretch.
And not a lot of motion, just sort of getting the racket in front of it. Back with Korea DPR. Got two very exciting matches in the arena right now. For those of you watching this live, make sure you go back on ittf.com/ITTV to watch the English boys play the French. But right here, this one couldn't be any closer. There it is, gets on it quick, pounces on it, and takes it to the short side of the table. This is recognizing an opportunity and reaction time, just immediately turning to take that shot.
That was a lovely shot then for a forehand down the line. See her body all going forward. Oh, that was a lovely shot.
9-0.
just can't buy any comfort out here right now. There was that shot of Mima Ito just blinking before her serve 2 points ago, thinking, made me think she's 15 years old, and the amount of pressure right now, the entire country of Japan watching her and rooting patriotically for her to take this home.
She saw that was a float, went for it, just didn't quite close the bat angle enough.
Hard work for that, but the touch shot leaves it near the net, and Funky with the spin off the medium pips. Tied up now at deuce, game 3. Keeping the body warm, but has to keep the head cool right now.
That was brave, that was clever. Good serve, and then looked to open up. I think she'd made up her mind to do that. And as soon as she served, she was ready, waiting to get in.
I think brave is definitely the right word. The percentages with the forehand attack, it's been sort of hit or miss. But for Mima Ito, when she's on that backhand corner, has really become quite comfortable with that wide forehand shot going cross-court into the backhand. Very quick, too. Catches the ball right at its peak, doesn't let it drop. Popped up a little bit too high. The touch game is really just so crucial right now. Another game point for RI Myong Sun. Oh no, it was handed to her in a gift basket. We've seen this happen a few times so far for the Korea DPR players. Anything, a drop shot, swat either way. And of course, it's easy to second guess, but it's just unfortunate for RI to not be able to put that away. It's back at deuce, 4th towel break, and neither player has gone for their towel.
What serve is she going to do now? Will she follow in like she did before?
Wouldn't surprise me if it kicks. Strong receive. To me, it looked like a little bit of top inside, and she took it right off the bounce, redirected it. A little dangerous to do a defensive shot off that, but again, in that slow-mo replay, it was sort of tough to tell. She might have brushed just under the hemisphere of the ball.
But she took it straight off the bounce.
It's just the most impressive, difficult thing to do. What just happened? The lob was amazing, and the shot selection from Ito, not a drop shot, not an attack, but just, I mean, that's just baffling.
See it on the slow-mo here.
It was like a drop shot that happened late from up. I think even RI was surprised, looking at her like, is there something I missed? Is that a let somewhere? So many excellent touch shots, so short on the table, but the first opportunity to open goes long. Do you think she's still distracted thinking about that high ball that came down on the table?
Possibly, but She knows she's got to forget about that and play the next shot. 13-14 down now.
I was nervous that ball was going to come down and we were going to see another episode. You know, we really don't know. Maybe just Mima Ito thought that lob was not going to come down on the table. She was surprised, but had a lot of time to react to it and do something. But lucky for her, she's still in it after she sent RI Myong Sun to the ground. Missed it completely. Looked like she started her stroke before she had gotten her feet there. Chills, Jill.
Is it a bit chilly here?
Is it, or is it your nerves?
I'm glad I'm not down there now.
15 all.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about a stressful experience, the look on Mima Ito's face. I mean, in the end, it'll all be worth it if she wins this match. If not, it's going to be up to Kasumi Ishikawa to see if Mima Ito can sleep tonight or not. The first one was so quality. A very strong chop comes back, and to ask for 2 of those shots from Mima Ito, a little tough right now. We've got a timeout in the corner. Coach Kim Jin-myong, Korea DPR. And it's a relatively confident shot to try to go back down the middle with that. If it's on, it's effective. It's going to be tough. Less time to react. The ball's traveling a shorter distance. So there are a lot of different timeouts we see in table tennis. This is the finisher timeout. Almost everybody's contributing over there. And I love the head nods, the positivity again. Whenever someone was speaking, the other 3 are going, yep, that's right, that's right, do what she said, do what he said.
It's interesting that Ito will go to the coach, listen to the coach, and then go along the line and listen to what the players have to say as well.
That is very interesting.
15-16.
Definitely creates a family feel, though. So game point for RI Myong Sun again. Power, there it is. That's her favorite spot, the backhand corner. And it's the safest. She's got the length of the table to hit it. It's also a little bit tricky because RI Myong Sun, while she's anticipating the length of the court, still has to worry about covering the short side if she pops it up a little too much. There it is. Huge shot with the forehand going wide out. Now we've got a game point for Mima Ito. I think the last game point I remember was the most memorable point for me. The lob. The haunting lob.
Don't want that again, do we?
Well, depends what color shirt you're wearing right now. Very odd shot selection after all that patience to decide to play the attack with the backhand. I mean, the backhand she's used effectively when the ball's left high to put away the ball near the net. and not spinning to start the rally. It seems like Mima Ito knew that right away. Why not spin it with your forehand? That's what the body language said right there. Expect the point to go that way. Patience on the backhand side. Never once got the forehand attack in on that rally. This time she successfully used the backhand. But I'll tell you, watching it, it made me nervous.
So Remy didn't want to use a forehand at all. She was just running around using a backhand from the backhand side and the forehand side.
Yeah, RI Myong Sun definitely seems more comfortable with the pip side of the racket.
18-0.
And it continues. We're going to have at least 20 points on one side of the scoreboard here this game. Such a fine balance, looking for the opportunity, but making sure it's the right one. I think that was a good shot to go for. It was just, you know, unfortunate she couldn't put it down.
Yes, that's right. I mean, she's got to go for if they're there to go for, and unfortunately it just didn't hit the table.
Again, I mean, just how many points has she really won off a low ball to the backhand at the back of the table? It came up a little bit. Got to give her some credit. I mean, the judgment wasn't completely off. It's just still borderline. The under the table side spin shot, and that's it. Wow, 2018 for RI Myong Sun with the under the table shot after recovering an edge ball kicking out there. Mima Ito's really gonna have to compose herself here because she's down 1-2 in games in the fourth. Can't imagine it'll be as dramatic as that one, but we'll see. Stay right here to find out.
Fourth game, Ito Mima to serve.
Back for game 4 after a 2018 victory for RI Myong Sun. Mima Ito's got her mom here in the crowd, Jill.
Well, I know how she must be feeling. I know when my daughter used to play, I used to feel sick.
Love.
So maybe she's got those same sort of feelings in her stomach.
Sometimes when you really care about someone and you're rooting for them, it's almost tougher to be in the crowd where you're out of control and just hoping for the best.
Love, two.
I bet she's playing every point as well, though.
Oh, the mom?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you. made me so nervous. And you can't see from this angle the depth perception that if that ball came down and it was a lob scenario again, I think I'm more haunted by that lob than maybe anybody in the room. A solid start, but there's guarded optimism. It's still early in the game, and we've seen fluctuations in confidence, body language, shot selection.
2-4.
I like that she's shaking her head yes positively, but I don't know if she believes herself.
Well, it did pop up, and it was the right one to hit, but it wasn't a winner this time.
Right, and I think she just needs to know that it was the right one to hit. You can't regret going for that shot.
No. Every shot you go for, you can't always make a winner. So, but if you think you're playing positive and the right tactics, some will go on and some will miss.
When you say playing positive, do you mean initiating, looking for the attacks?
Yes.
5-3.
I'd heard that a few times and sort of sensed in context. I think that is definitely the way to be looking.
Because even if you're a defender, you've got to play positive, and that means, to me, changing the spin, direction. You're not just putting the ball back on the table and retrieving.
6-3.
Power comes down on the table. I think playing with intention, as you're talking about, very important. Seizing opportunities, whether it be defensive or varying up the spin or attacks. Oh my goodness, rushed in with the backhand with the pips to hit it down the line. Talk about versatility. A trick up the sleeve. It looked like a pretty solid drop shot off the bounce from Mima Ito. She was right there waiting, so quick to get in.
I think when Ito hit that ball, she didn't move back, she stayed in there, and then she was just caught just putting her bat, and I think it just drifted a bit high over the net.
Yeah, that's a good call. She's usually quite successful when she's dropping it, sort of taking the pace off. It's like catching an egg. You know, you can't just hold your hand in the same spot. You've got to have some give. I think if you're tense, you might have a tight grip on the racket, which also adds to the output of the ball. You know, a looser grip will really take a lot of the vibration.
Yeah, having a loose grip is important.
Especially on a drop.
8-4.
Excellent effort to recover the edge. I feel like you and I have seen so many matches today and been so involved. 8-4 leads have gone away. We've seen comebacks of all sorts. So much drama.
But hasn't it been exciting?
It has been. It's been extremely exciting, Jill. 3.5 hours sleep to be out here all day and enjoying the very last games. And who knows, I hope it continues.
5-9.
And I don't say that because I wish for any player. I'm a big Mima Ito fan. I think RI Myong Sun is great. But I just don't really want this to stop. Such a risky ball to take right off the bounce like that, but she's done it effectively before. Again, just the ball projecting, really coming off the racket deep. That's a very important point after being up 8-4 and seeing the lead disintegrate. Instead of 9-8, it's 10-7, 3 game points for Mima Ito. It seemed like she had completely fooled RI Myong Sun. And a patient spin shot, 2 in a row, doesn't have to overdo it or flat hit it, just plays a safe spinny ball. And we are going to a 5th and deciding game in the 4th singles match. Game 5 right after this. Stay here. As the players slowly walk back to the table for the 5th and deciding final game of this match. Mima Ito has a chance to end it right here and now and send Japan to the finals. RI Myong Sun fighting to give a chance to Kim Song-hee. Beautiful power and these high-risk shots. I mean, sometimes she's making them, sometimes not.
But she's still got to go for them if they're there.
That's right.
What a great angle that was. Body language, the frustration. I don't know, I feel like the tension, she just looks tensed up when she does some of those motions after the point. I think she's gonna have to make sure she doesn't keep the energy the same when she's playing.
2-1.
I don't recall seeing that serve. The top side spin to the backhand, coming around the outside from the pendulum position originally. That's just too good. A little bit shallow on the table after playing the wide angle, comes in down the middle. It's a difficult shot too. It's just shallow enough that she feels the confidence to take it. And as you said, Jill, she's got to keep taking it when it's there.
Yeah, and that was perfect. Right into the body. That had a lot of backspin on it there. She's got a good length on the ball. I think Ito was too close to the table. She needed to step back a bit to come forward. As you can see there, she's just on a back leg.
Percentages with that backhand, especially, I don't know, if it's not a flat hitting shot from a little high near the net, just not so favorable. And it was sort of a lukewarm shot. It looked like she might have wanted to spin it, and she might have wanted to punch it and went for something in between. Indecision can be the death of a player out here. Not a lot of time have to make a decision and just commit. There's one quick decision and a quick point for Mima Ito.
She's made quite a few winners with a forehand from the backhand side, right on the diagonal.
The subtle contact on the serve earned the popped up third ball. It's tough to tell where it landed first, but it definitely landed on Mima Ito's side first. Very quick to see an apology for Mima Ito otherwise. When that ball's up in the air, so much suspense and slow-mo. That's probably what it felt like for Mima Ito watching. And again, that point is more than just any normal point. You got RI Myong Sun now with momentum, a little bit of encouragement as they switch sides at the table.
She's covered so much ground because Ito's hitting the ball, bringing her in and out. She's been, I'd love to have pedometer on her, see how much distance she's traveled.
That would be interesting, counting steps. I mean, both of the Korea DPR choppers have incredible footwork. It's really what it takes for choppers. The miss hit. I was really happy with the long push. I thought Mima Ito did a great job of using that strategically, but the follow-up shot deep just missed the timing.
Yeah, she got it right on the baseline again.
Yeah.
The length of her defensive shots, that was really good.
Can't ask for much more than that from a chop. And this time the same setup, but she succeeds with the follow-up shot. Again, the shot she was dealing with wasn't quite as deep, so she had a little bit greater chance to take the flat hit here. I know we've been watching with quite a critical eye. I mean, no matter what happens, Mima Ito's an incredible player. He's been playing quite well. But still, the tension builds. Some loose balls and some errors here and there.
7-6.
You can't fault either player. They both played superb, tactically well.
Absolutely. Jill, how do you feel about the statement? It just sort of comes down to whoever wants it more.
I think they both want it. I don't know if I like that statement, who wants it more.
Well, of course they both want it, but I mean, it can't be exactly equal.
No, but all you can do as a player, you know, you've got your tools of your trade, you can play your game. You're going on that table and giving 100%. You can't win all the time. That's always been my philosophy. Do your best. If you win, you win. If you don't, you don't. You can't do any more than your best.
I think that's a very safe way to make sure you're not having unnecessary stress. I think that's a healthy headspace to be in. And it's true.
7-9.
Ito stepping ahead for a 2-point lead. Those are the faces of, I don't know, I'd say concerned but hopeful teammates and training partners out there from Japan. And now we've got 3 match points. I mean, you can almost feel sick with the worry think if she wins this next point, actually any of the next points to win the match, we're going to see an outpour of emotion here from Mima Ito. And there it is, Mima Ito! She has done it after all those opportunities, and there's the emotion, tears of joy. Look at this. Following in the footsteps of Ai Fukuhara, and what an emotional performance. It's contagious like the yawn. After all the struggles, 5 games, the end of the dreams of Korea DPR. Such a strong tournament to come out here for this tournament. Kim Song-hee, RI Myong Sun, and Ri Mi-kyung, a pleasure to watch from beginning to end. But the women of Japan, right here, 15-year-old Mima Ito, could be carried off the court right now. And to the delight of fans from Japan all over this stadium, the women will continue. The second seed have moved on to play the finals tomorrow. Jill, this has been emotionally draining for probably everybody in the arena watching this table right now.
It certainly has, but what a fantastic match this has been. Defense, attack, attack, attack. Wonderful play.
Doesn't get much better than this. Drama throughout the entire team matchup. And still just in disbelief, Mima Ito has escaped victoriously. Again, given the responsibility to clean up at 15 years old. And it has been an honor that she has accepted and taken the responsibility out here. And will be fighting again tomorrow. Well, I've enjoyed it thoroughly, Jill.
I certainly have.
I think that's going to be it for us for today, but for you watching at home, make sure you tune in tomorrow because it's just getting more and more exciting. You're watching the perfect 2016 World Team Table Tennis Championships in Kuala Lumpur. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning.